But when I came to United States, first thing I noticed is all the time something is humming. Anywhere you go. When I go back to India, when something is silent, it's like that, chuck, nothing. Do you know what impact this has on your system? Please.
This next question comes from Emma in the United States. Namaskaram Sadhguru. I have observed that air conditioning is avoided in many of the buildings at Isha Institute, and natural ventilation is encouraged as much as possible. Is this an effort to be green and cut energy use? Or is there something more to that in terms of what happens in our body? Can you please explain?
Well, this is not my idea. This is how life happened on this planet for a long time. Hello? That you must know when it is summer, when it is autumn, when it is winter, when it is spring, you must know, because every other life knows this. One reason why a simple microbe or a virus is terrorizing you is simply because you've been living like a lab rat in a box with circulated air. Hello? This is one reason. Why rural people are less affected compared to the urban people. One is concentration of population. Another is this, that their immune systems are much weaker in cities simply because a variety of things. One important thing is circulated air, closed indoors all the time, sedentary lives, processed food, many things are there. But one important aspect is circulated air. You come to a place like this, Cumbria. Look at this. Fantastic. Hello. After driving extensively around United States, extensively driving, I decided this is the place. One reason is nature is at its best with a certain amount of balance of heat and cold and everything. This is important for one who wants to do something within themselves for quick results. See, you could go plant this tree in the desert. Maybe you can manage and keep it alive, but will it grow like this? The same goes for you. For your growth to happen in a certain direction, a certain type of weather, a certain type of air, certain type of sunlight, a certain amount of cold, heat, all this is needed for you to grow. So after driving all over the country, I decided somewhere around here is where we should settle because this has the necessary atmosphere, all heat, cold, dryness and wetness of the seasons, everything is well balanced in this place. Here you come and you want to live in a box. Even when you die, I don't want to give you a box, I want you to go straight into the earth as an eco-friendly material. That's my wish. Hello? Because at least when you're dead, as quickly as possible, this body should become part of the earth. You want to seal it in a box? I don't want you in a box even when you're dead. Even there I want you to breathe and maggot yourself quick. When you're alive, you want to live in a box. I can understand you're living in Manhattan, I have nothing against the place. And if you open your window, it stinks. So you live in circulated air, I can understand that. But here, living in circulated air is a crime. Hello? I'm not talking about an ecological crime, it's a crime against humanity, your humanity, I'm saying. Because you come all the way to this place and you want to deny yourself what is available here, that will be a complete waste. So, right now, we're in the process of offering things, probably they will send you a mailer or something, I don't know if they're ready with it. But both here and in Isha Yoga Center, there also we chose the place very, very carefully next to the mountains. When I chose that place, there were many reasons, but one thing was definitely the atmosphere and the latitude. It's at 11 degrees latitude bang on, and that is most conducive for human growth because the earth is mildly tilted in its rotation, and it's around 11 degrees and maximum centrifuge force is generated there. So we chose that place and we went to this remote place which is full of wild elephants and stuff. When I say full of wild animals, in the neighborhood, not on us. But you know how people live, they would like to kill anything that could be a threat to them. I said, no, we learn to live with them. You won't believe me, on that day, out of the 6 trustees who were there with the Isha Foundation, 4 of them resigned because I've gone nuts. They're wonderful people, they supported us till then, but when I made the choice of site, they said, he doesn't know what he's talking about. In such a remote place, who is going to come? Who is going to come to this place where there are no roads, no tracks, it's in a wild place? Who is going to come and full of elephants, every day in the night you hear elephants? Who is going to come and do this yoga? And they resigned from the foundation. I tried to tell them, right now I'm in disguise, I will come out in a different way in a few years. Then they went into a literary debate of what is a disguise. Then I gave up, I said, okay. But today, Isha Yoga Center is on Incredible India map, one of the most important centers to visit in the country. So similarly, when we chose this place, also there was lots of resistance. Why don't we do it next to Atlanta? Why don't we do it next to Nashville? Why don't we do it near Detroit? All kinds of things came, but we came here because we are not just interested in those who are with us today. Future generations of people who aspire to grow, they must have a conducive atmosphere. We must set the right culture right now because we've given it up in many ways. We are looking at immediate conveniences and giving up long-term well-being for this life. So when you come here, it's important. We'll fix big windows, you open it gets chill in the evening, you close it. Do you understand? It gets cold, you wear something warm. It gets hot, take off. Not all the time in bikini you can't walk around because you have circulated air. You must you must recognize nature and respond consciously every time. This is important. This is very important for your physical, psychological and spiritual well-being. This is very, very important. So, we are opening up both the centers, which a lot of debate has been there, should we have a large number of people or no. So finally we've decided in India, probably in the next 5 to 6 years, we will have anywhere around 100 to 150,000 people living on the yoga center. Here, because anyway you're working from home, here also we are looking at anywhere between 15 to 25,000 people living here in the next 5 to 6 years' time. So the necessary accommodations and everything coming up. So plan for yourself, but you must have warm clothes for winter, light clothes for summer. You can't live in the same clothes without a shower, all that. There's enough water, you can shower every day and open the window, close the window. Above all, I don't want you to stay in the damn construction all the time. You only go and sleep there. Rest of the time you must be out like this. Hello? Dwellings are places for us to sleep. Rest of the time we must be largely out as much as possible, receiving the bounty of sunlight, air, everything else, the energy that is here in terms of nature, in terms of life, in terms of consecrations, you must feel it every moment. You lock yourself up in your room, well, we can put you in the Tennessee State Prison. I'm saying they even open the doors for you there. Food comes on time, you don't have to work unless you get hard labor. These days that's very rare. Most of the prisoners don't have to do any work, they just have to stay fit, eat well. Somebody opens the doors for you, somebody switches off the lights for you, everything will be done, it's convenient. I'm telling you, what is the difference whether you're locked up by somebody or by yourself? What is the difference? The same life, isn't it? If you want to grow as a life, it's important all these aspects are there. I want you to understand and appreciate all the people who are here as residents for the last 10, 12 years' time, the amount of work they have done to make this place reasonably hospitable and keep it going. Appreciate that at least. If all you want to do is come here and lock yourself inside, what is the point? Well, in winter you can have a heater, okay? You can have a heater in your bedroom, it's all right. But when you walk out, you wear warm clothes and don't go in a cabin. Hello? Otherwise we can build a cabin for you. Usually this cabin is called a coffin. Yes, but even when you die, you should not ask for a coffin, huh? Instead of cutting down a tree for your coffin, isn't it better become a manure for the tree? Hello? Huh? So, these possibilities will be opened up in a big way. You see how you can make it. You plan your life in the next 5, 6 years' time. You're in a place where you will grow, where you will live well. Living well does not mean how much bank balance you have, what new model car you're driving. Living well means you're well, physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually, you're really well. If you sit here, you're fantastic. This is living well. If we live well like this, there is room for all of us in the world. But if we try to live well, like right now, I'm sorry, I know it's a national spirit. This American dream is a very destructive dream. Because people came here mainly because of the openness and the land, but slowly their American dream got very twisted. I was, because we are going to make this trip, I was just looking up some of the icons in this country, like Elvis Presley. Well, everybody thought they should be like him. Well, he inspired a whole generation into something, whatever that is. But slowly, this dream, what a disastrous dream it becomes for him. How horribly he dies is really terrible. This dream should not happen to anybody. Well, in more recent times, you've seen other musicians going the same way, American dream, dying most terribly. This should not happen to any human being. So we must… see, after all, it's a dream. We must adjust our dream in such a way that it works for me and you, isn't it? Hello? My dream is death for you. What kind of dream is that? Recently, there was a quote, I think the Daily Mystic quote that comes out, something about Alexander the Great. A lot of people he still has fans. Can you believe it? A man like that is still having fans in the world. They all protested in India. How can he say Alexander the Great idiot? Well, that proves there are still idiots left. My dream should not be death for you. Hello? After all, it's my dream, I can adjust my dream, isn't it? Hello? Maybe I can't adjust my size and shape of my body just like that, but at least my stupid dream I can adjust the way I want. I've said this a few times, but let me say this to you. You heard about that lady… Hello? You heard about that lady. You must participate in this dream because you already know this. There was a lady. On a certain day, she had a dream. What she had? A dream. In her dream, she saw a hunk of a man standing there, staring at her. Then he started coming closer and closer and closer. He came so close, she could even feel his breath. What she could feel? Breath. And she trembled, not in fear. And then she asked, "What will you do to me?" The man said, "Well, lady, it's your dream." What the hell you do in your dream is your business. And let your business be good for you and for every other life. Hello? So, your children, I see many young children whom you have trapped and brought, you must listen to Sadhguru. Huh? And if he does quink quink, you're pinching him, Sadhguru is talking, keep quiet. That's not the way. You build a dream for your children in such a way that this dream works for them and for every other life around them. That's the kind of dream we must have, isn't it? Hello? That's the kind of dream that you must have, otherwise it will go somewhere else. Right now you're seeing in California, American dream unfolding itself. Over 2.6 million acres of land has been burnt in the last 2 or 3 months. Whole towns or whole small villages are getting burnt. People thought it's an American dream to build and build and build and build. Well, there are many ways to look at this. One simple thing is, I'm asking you, right now you're here in Tennessee, fantastic land out here. Set fire to this forest, let me see. I'll give you 5 liters of gasoline. Set fire to this forest, can you? No. Well, that's an unfair comparison. There we are in the fringe of a desert, we are here, we are not. All right, that is true, I understand that. Because there were natural cycles of fire and rain there. Why is it all gone? One important thing is, because the same phenomena I have noticed in India is the tube wells. I don't know how deep California tube wells are going, but I'm sure they're pretty deep in India, in southern India. These days, a whole lot of them are going 12 to 1400 feet to suck water. Show me one tree which has a root system which is 1400 feet down and it can take its water. You're just sucking out everything with powerful pumps. Everything is dry, just barely alive. Just a little bit of fire, everything is becoming ash. Well, the natural cycle of that part of the terrain is, once in 30, 40, 50 years, there needs to be a cycle of fire that is part of the natural cycles. But not like this, burning up the entire region. This is happening because we've taken too much water out of the land. There's not enough water in the sap of the tree for itself to resist fire. If there was substantial sap in the tree, it wouldn't burn like this, isn't it, like matchsticks? Well, I'm making ecology very simplistic, but fundamentally, that's all it is. There is not enough life in the vegetation, there is not enough water in the vegetation. Why? We are too many. When we are too many, at least we must be a little more sensible. How we live. Otherwise, who should live and who should die will become the question. An unfortunate question mark will arise. Who should live and who should die? Right now, Such decisions unfortunately are being made in hospitals. Who should get the ventilator, who should not get the ventilator? These are the most tragic things that should happen to a human being. You went to… your mother was feeling ill, so you took her to the hospital. They also tested you and you're also virus. So they admitted both of you. This happened to so many people, I'm telling you. They just took somebody who was showing symptoms, they went for a test themselves. They're also sick, they were also admitted. Then the unfortunate reality is they have to decide the available one virus, one ventilator, who should get it? They decide you should get it, not your mother, because she's old, she can die. Having made such a decision, how do you live after that, I'm asking? Hello? Or if you and your daughter or your son goes, they will decide you should die. The younger person should live. Well, it's a fair decision, but how horrible a decision to make. So this is happening to us on many levels simply because we are not living not only sensitively, we are not even living sensibly. So, please do not come here and say, fix the air conditioner for me in my room. No, we'll open the windows for you. If you want, we'll make automatic windows. If you want to live unaware, temperature-sensitive windows, it'll open and close by itself. Also temperature-sensitive, because putting your arms inside in the jacket and all is difficult. When it's cold, we'll put a sack on you. Hello? You need an arrangement like this. And above all, these machines, say, I want you to just be here for some time and see. Not now, we cannot welcome you now, as per the state's protocol. But when I came to United States, first thing I noticed is all the time something is humming. Anywhere you go. When I go back to India, when something is silent, it's like that, chak, nothing. Do you know what impact this has on your system? You may not notice it because you're always in it. Just some motor is running somewhere all the time. If nothing else, at least the stupid refrigerator is going boom, 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 something. It's doing its own things. Please live in a quiet place, a genuine quiet place. That's what we're trying to create here. Just an absolutely quiet place. When it's quiet. You will see how it'll calm your entire system. This is very important for your physical well-being, for your spiritual well-being, extremely important, and your psychological balance. This is very, very, very important. The world, bodies and the doctors around the world, just now, after this, an hour later, I have a conversation with a doctor from India about the mental pandemic, the fear of mental pandemic that's coming, the fear of suicide pandemic that is evolving in the world. I'm telling you, the amount of reverberations that you're taking into your system on a daily basis has a significant impact on these things. Just come, just live here, just quietly for a month and you see how everything just settles down, simply because there is no outside unnecessary reverb going on the system. And there are also other things that you don't even feel, which we cannot avoid in terms of Wi-Fi, microwave, this one, that one, so many things are going on. What we cannot avoid, let's leave it. At least everything that we can avoid must go. It's very important. It doesn't matter how you have lived till now, it's important from here on. The virus, the great teacher, has come. You ignored me for so long. Now he's teaching with a stick. I try to do with carrots, but you are no bunny. So he's teaching you with a stick, at least now get the point. Now both carrot and stick is here. So, let's make it happen.